January 8, 2023 was the day when political tensions that had accumulated for years in Brazil exploded violently in attacks on the country's key government buildings, the Presidential Palace, Congress, and the Supreme Court. They were supporters of the defeated President Jair Bolsonaro demanding a military coup to prevent Luiz Inacio Lula da Silva from taking office based on unproven claims of electoral fraud. After hours of turmoil and destruction, security forces managed to control the situation and detain hundreds of people who were involved in the attack.
This is an injustice. There are no criminals here. We were just protesting. We want to save the country.
The riot left a trail of destruction in Brazil's public buildings, but despite the high levels of tension, authorities managed to prevent the situation from further escalating.
January 8th will be remembered as a moment of heightened tension for democracy, but the institutions, with resilience, managed to remain firm. The democratic rule of law was preserved, not without problems, not without difficulties.
Brazil's Federal Prosecutor's Office has filed charges against almost 1,400 people for their involvement in the January 8th attacks on Brazilian public buildings. These cases are being processed in the country's Supreme Court, where the vast majority of those tried so far have been convicted.
In general, prison sentences have been hefty, more than 12 years and some up to 17 years in prison, with convictions for crimes such as attempted coup d'etat and destruction of public heritage, among others. And in addition to the hundreds already awaiting trial, investigations continue to determine the people who have financed and encouraged the attacks. Opponents of Jair Bolsonaro hope formal criminal charges will reach the former president, who's already barred from running for elections by an electoral court.
For the former president to be accused, processed, and then judged for these acts of January the 8th, his responsibility must be proven. So there must be evidence of his connection, his link with these acts. For example, email exchange, messages exchanged through social networks, or even through a messaging app.
On January 8, 2024, Brazilian authorities will celebrate the resilience of democracy after the attack and continue making efforts to heal the wounds of society and appease the political tensions in the country. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, São Paulo.